Cheeseheads, what's good with you? So I'm going to break down the 2020 Green Bay Packers. Again, you guys were amazing and fell short. Unfortunately, it was Tom Brady this time, and that pisses me off a little bit more than it pisses you off, I think. But let's get into it. So the Packers, they were 5th in offense. Aaron Rodgers was cooking like crazy. They were 9th in passing, 8th in rushing. This team was very balanced, and the reason why is you have a really good offensive coach, and you have Aaron Rodgers, who is obviously, without a doubt, a future Hall of Famer in both pop culture and football. You got the 9th ranked defense. The defense actually did pretty doggone good with the pieces that they had. I feel like they have a good defense, not a great defense, and they played a little bit better than they were slated to. And the GM has done a fantastic job putting this team together. Packer lore is you don't sign free agents, you don't do anything big. They did the 1 year where they made some big splashes. Packers went so the Packers had that 1 year where Brian Gutekunst, oh my gosh, I hope I'm saying it right. He is the GM, by the way. He picked up some big pieces on defense, made this defense formidable, and then they went back to the status quo, which was we're going to home grow all our players, and they actually have quite a bit of draft picks, and I'm going to continue that home growth. So, like I said before, the GM was Brian Gutekunst. Hope I'm saying that right. Head coach is Matt LaFleur. Offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, but Matt LaFleur makes all the play calls. Joe Brady, you stole him from the Rams, another Rams casualty as far as getting somebody taken from him. He's your new defensive coordinator. So now all of a sudden you have this big West Coast type style, this West Coast on offense and defense. So we'll see how this Packer team is going to play. I think they're going to play a lot faster. They're going to play with a lot more hidden coverages than they did before, and it's going to be fun and dynamic what this defense is going to do with the players that they have. The Packers do have some free agents. They have some concerns. Kristen Kirksey, he wasn't the best linebacker, but he did fill in a nice, decent role. Corey Lindsey, he's going to be a huge loss if they can't get him back. The Packers don't have a ton of cap space. As a matter of fact, they're still in the negative zone, but like $2 million, that's nothing. You can probably turn that into $20 million in no time. You obviously just signed Aaron Jones to that big deal, and that's part of the reason why it's a little bit negative. But like I said, you can rework a lot of these contracts, but you're still missing some players, some important players. Lane Johnson, this offensive line is definitely going to be a little bit different this year. So what do you do with these guys that are going? What free agents can you sign? And you're probably going to have to sign them for the relative cheap. You're going to you're offering these players that are coming in or coming back a little bit less money than they would be getting on the open market. So what can you do? Maybe you can get a Jermaine Ellimore. He's a guy that played offensive line for the Patriots. You can get a Cameron Irvin. He was a backup for the Cowboys who played a lot last year because they were so injured. So now you have a player who had to play and start, and you can get him, and now you can throw him into your starting lineup with your already good offensive line. Maybe you can get Nick Virgil and Avery Williamson. These are linebackers you can have fill in that middle, which you now need to do because your linebacking core is, especially in that middle area, is not the best. So if you can get one or two of these guys, that would be absolutely fantastic. As far as the draft is concerned, and this is a big deal, and this is the fun part, as my boy Tom always says.
Draft picks. This is the fun part.
So what do the Packers do as far as drafting some players to make Aaron Rodgers happy? There's one guy that I think would be absolutely fantastic, and it would take a lot of pressure off of all the receivers that are there, and Aaron Rodgers on top of that, is Kadarius Toney. This guy is a flat-out baller. He plays hard. He was the best player on a really good Florida team, at least the best receiver for a really good Florida team. He wasn't Kyle Pitts, but Kyle Pitts didn't play all the time. He sat out a lot, and then Kadarius Toney was that gamer who was there all the time. He reminds me of Jarvis Landry. He's a guy who can play that Devontae Adams role and give him a little bit of a break that the other receivers aren't able to give him. Like, everyone's focused on Devontae Adams, so all the other receivers have a chance to catch the ball. Toney is that person that's good enough to where he can give Devontae Adams a break, and then all of a sudden this team is just like unreal. Tyler Shelvin, he's a big plugger that can plug up that defensive line. You need that. Chaz Surratt, if you don't want to get any of these linebackers, I think he's a good linebacker out of UNC. He's probably the best linebacker. I don't think he's going to fall this late in the draft. That's why they gave me such a good draft grade on this one, because he ain't going to be there. There's DeMar Hamlin. There's Josh Myers. This team has a lot of draft picks, so they can build homegrown talent with this deep receiver draft, and the receivers are going to be drafted late because all the quarterbacks and the offensive linemen and the safeties and the cornerbacks are going to be drafted early. You're going to be able to get really good wide receivers late in the draft, and Kadarius Toney is probably the third or fourth best receiver in this class. So why not go that route? And he's one of those guys that he's going to be good, I think, no matter where he goes. But you pair him with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, he's going to be an all-star. You just watch. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to be doing more of these. Like and subscribe. Tell me if you think I'm a crazy person, cheesehead, for doing the mocks and everything that I did as a GM. Like and subscribe. And happy free agency.